A painter and a printmaker are faced with the challenge of installing an artwork at one of the most heavily congested areas in Singapore. Will their differing sensibilities, faltering health or overflow of ideas keep them from their task?
I'm mainly a painter, figurative painter. As I developed this drawing technique, what happened was my dad had lost a lot of weight in the last year, and every time I meet him, he would talk about how much weight he's losing, and he would look at his own body like he cannot understand how his body has grown so thin. He cannot even feel that his body is his own body. So I took some photographs of him, and from that I began tracing again. So thinking about the body, I always think about the material that I use for the work as part of the body as well.
I guess maybe at the present moment, my interest lies in printed media. It's not that I don't like colours, because I actually enjoy colours, but maybe it's because living here, you get bombarded with so much that is really forced into your sight. And when I do use colour, I tend to be very, very picky about it.
But what does Susie know about her collaborator, and what is their hidden connection?
I think I had a year or two when Susie was my lecturer, but then I really enjoyed talking with her, especially out of class. I think for a lot of people, maybe if you first know Susie, you probably won't really be able to know what she's really like, but actually she's really a very warm person.
The good thing about being in an art school is that whoever was your student would soon become your peer. She is very bubbly, she's vivacious, dynamic, enthusiastic, and I wondered if that was a product of being homeschooled. Okay, your mission is to create engaging site-specific artwork at the main entrance of Jurong Point. Where's Jurong Point?
Jurong Point is the largest suburban mall in the western part of Singapore. Featuring more than 450 shops and located right outside Boon Lay MRT station, Jurong Point is the heart of the West. But will the flurry of activity at the site prove too challenging for our artists?
I live in the east. I live all the way in Pasir Ris now. So getting down is, I think, it takes a little bit more than an hour. So it's a place I wouldn't go generally or usually. This will be quite a daunting task.
I wonder if you could hang stuff from those. It's just so high.
But remember, it will compete with the banners.
I really like how the clouds show through and how the whole sky shows through. But it will probably affect the color, when the sky changes.
The surveillance thing, using the security camera, will be quite relevant here, actually, at this space, because,
all sorts of things are happening.
security, yeah.
Oh, actually, that's got a kind of dystopian feel, like a playground with surveillance. Don't you think so? It's a little bit creepy and a bit edgy. I'm just thinking about how all these shops and advertisements. I prefer that they are framed by the whiteness of this building. I really like that there's this kind of dominating color of whiteness, even though there's so much else going on visually.
What about water outlets? How about creating a fountain?
I'm just imagining people getting sprayed by water, and I don't think they'll like it.
I mean, you mentioned a maze before.
I know, I thought
Yeah.
it was.
So actually, what about a maze?
They'd be totally fed up, like morning rush crowd.
What about hurdles, and then people can jump over them as they walk to the bus terminus?
Isn't that exceedingly cruel?
Well, not to happen.
I think, like what you proposed earlier, something that has a three-dimensional presence might be nice. But in the event that, what about 2D?
It seems the ideas are flowing fast and furious from the artists. But would the Heartlanders even share the same enthusiasm?
I think it's nice, but I think too big a space. Maybe should add some stalls or even art pieces. I mean, it will make this place a bit more lively.
And I think it's pretty good because the crowd here is pretty huge. So yeah, all the time people get to see it. And students as well, they get to see artwork, inspiration. I think it will be a really nice experience for people around here so that people can get exposed to things that are not exactly commonplace in Singapore.
Although the space has so far created a fountain of ideas, Susie and Sin are suddenly stopped in their tracks when they are told that only part of the area can be used for the installation.
When we first came, we thought we had the whole entire space. We could use the entire space. But then on realizing later on that it was only a very small space, cramps our ideas up. It becomes more difficult to work. How emotional can you get about a shopping mall?
First of all, there's this non-symmetrical nature of the space, because instead of, it's at a really centralized location, and yet it's off on one side. So I think that might be a little bit awkward. At first I thought I'd be freaked out by the amount of people walking here and there, but when I was watching them from the side, I just felt like it was a very nice kind of movement, because they're all so focused. They all just want to get to the mall. I'll just start working and probably panic near the last day. That's usually what happens.
With just 14 days left to put together an art installation from scratch, the artists have just been hit by their first setback.
Oh my God, Sid, I hope you'll be okay on Wednesday.
It will not be their last.